Hi there, welcome back to BitFocus. Today we'll learn about events in JavaScript. Events are very important and very interesting. So, in fact, it attracts you. What are events? HTML events are those actions which are happen to HTML elements. For example, when you hover your cursor over an element, in fact, it is an event. Or whenever you click a button, it is an event. So all of the actions which are happening on HTML elements, either on an input element or a button or something else, so all of them are called events. But events should react to our action. For example, whenever we put our cursor on an element or whenever we click a button, so we expect that an action or a reaction to be shown to our action. So this is possible with JavaScript. JavaScript can help us that an event should react to our actions. So we display some events here. Now you can see for example, when we open a web page in the browser, in fact it is an event that is on load. Or whenever we click a button, of course it is an element, it is an event, sorry. Whenever you hover your mouse over an element, it is also on mouse over or on focus, on blur, on change. So all of them are events. So how should we add our events? It is very easy. First the name of the element and then the name of event, for example on click, on load, and you write some JavaScript code that those events should react. I open PHP store, so all of them are HTML code. You know this, it is easy. So now we should open, and you see this is all HTML codes. So now still we haven't installed our JavaScript code. Now we should code that. For example, when we click here or when we click here, so an event should be handled. Handling is used for events. So now we open our PHP store and we should start coding in JavaScript. That is very easy. First of all, we should put the script tag because we want to write JavaScript code. So now you know this. For example, whenever I click here, an action should be happened. So how? First of all, we should create a function. For example, on sum, I want to show sum of two numbers whenever we click the button. Whenever we click the button, we should sum two numbers. So var a, for example, a is 2.5, so it is a variable. Var b, for example, 10.23. These are double or floating point numbers. So we have declared our variables. Now we want to sum a plus b. So we have summed two numbers, or we have added two numbers, and now we want to show the result into an alert or a pop-up message. For example, sum of two numbers is, and we put a plus here. This plus is concatenation. Concatenation means mix a text with number. Okay, and sum, we want to merge this text with this. Now nothing happens. Now if I refresh, nothing happens. Why? Because we haven't called our function yet. So we want to call here. Now it is event. Please pay attention here, it is very important, on click, because a button is clicked. So we want to call this function on sum, and do not forget semicolon. Now whenever we click this button, we will see the result. You see sum of two numbers is 12.73. If you add these two numbers, you will see that the same result. So in fact, it is an event. Whenever we click on this button, this react to us. This displays sum of two numbers. We want to put an event here, or to handle this whenever we click here, we should do something in JavaScript. It is also very easy. So I collapse them, and now we create another function on the name of the function. It is optional. For example, we want to set a placeholder, set ph placeholder. What do I mean? I mean, whenever we click here, we should change this placeholder or this text. You see, leave a message here. It is placeholder. You may already know in HTML it's called placeholder. So I want to change or modify this message here with JavaScript, not with HTML. Okay. So you see, this is our input element in HTML, and it has an ID. I want to access with ID. First of all, again, I set or I declare a variable here. So it means input. Document get element by ID. The ID is message. So because I do not want to write this again and again, that's why I have stored it into this variable, and then we reuse our variable. So how? I dot placeholder, we put the text here, placeholder is changed. Now you see, we have created our function and we have coded in JavaScript. Now we hope that it works. So here because we want to set on input element. What is its event? Its event is on focus. Please remember, on focus. You see, on focus. And now we should call this function. So now we refresh. You see, still its previous or its default placeholder is existing. Now whenever we click here, the on focus is called. You see, placeholder is changed. If we work more on it, we can also change the color of the text we enter here. For example, now it is black or it is dark. We want to change also this color. How? It is very easy. I is our document.get element by ID. Okay, and now we want to change the color of the text. Style. No problem. We will study all of them. Color, we want to change to red. Now if we refresh the page, and again you see, when we refresh, the new placeholder is gone. So again, when we click here, you see placeholder is changed, and when we write here, for example, hello, welcome to JS course, you see the color is red because we have changed into JavaScript. So you see, this was our today's lesson about events. I hope you have understood. Please do not forget to subscribe into our channel to get benefited from our new tutorials. Thank you very much.